Okay, I would like to call this meeting to order, January 14th, 2026. Meeting of the Board of Directors of Palo Verde Health District, and please stand for the pledge of allegiance. We pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Joanna, can you please take roll?
President Carmelo Arnica. Director Trina Thorian.
Present.
Director Dr. David Rose absent. Director Sandra Hudson.
Present.
Thank you.
Madam President, if I may be recognized, this is Lena Wade, General Counsel.
Yes, you may.
Okay, and Joanna, can everyone hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So following the posting of the agenda at approximately 5:08 this afternoon, I, as representative of the district, received a statement/proposal from the County of Riverside. So in this regard, we are seeking to do a late add-on, which would take a motion, a second, and a vote of this board. So what the county would like for you to consider is an approximate, a loan, the approximate amount of $1 million for continued operations while the county and district representatives negotiate a longer plan for the county's management of the emergency department for approximately 6 months. More on this will be shared if and when this agenda item is added and when it comes up on the agenda. So, Madam President, we are seeking to have this board do a late add-on for this purpose. So we are seeking a motion, a second, and then a vote.
Okay, I'm looking for a second to accept the proposal from the county. I'm looking for a motion to accept the proposal from the county.
No. Let me restate that. So the motion would be to do a late add-on to the agenda. Okay, this is a matter that arose following the posting of the agenda. So this is a late add-on for that purpose. So we want a motion to allow this late add-on, a second, and then the vote.
Okay.
I'd like to make a motion that we accept this late add-on from the county in order to be able to vote on it tonight. If we get a second.
I'll second.
Okay, call for the question.
Director Thorian.
Aye.
Director Brooks is absent. Director Hudson.
Aye.
President Arnica.
Aye. Okay, next item on the agenda is any board comments? Any board comments? That's good. Ms. Harden, any board comments?
Not at this time.
Neither. Okay, so now is there any public comment? Okay, seeing none, let's move on.
I understand that the meeting is going to be adjourned with no other item on the agenda except the one that you just discussed. Is that correct, Carmela?
I will respond to that. We're going to take care of that when we do the approval of the agenda. But
okay.
Assuming that it's approved.
Yeah, but I need to know if I should give medical staff report during the public comment or during the medical staff. So I need to know if the agenda is going to be changed.
Well, they haven't taken action on it, but why don't you go ahead and do it during public comment then?
All right. So the only action item is the one that you just added to the items, correct?
Again, the board has not taken action to approve the agenda. So I think in the interest of time and an abundance of caution, I would go ahead and make that statement you have during public comment.
Medical staff met today because there were 3 physicians whose application was late. It was returned to us late. Therefore, we had to take action to renew continue their privileges. So the MEC had a meeting today, and there were three things that the MEC actually did, which I won't wait until next meeting. I don't know what's going to happen. Number one, we had already voted no confidence to Trina, Sartan, Sandy, I'm sorry, not Sandy, Trina Sartan, Carmela Garnica, and Rosie Rao for not working on behalf of the hospital in good of hospital. Rosie resigned, and you guys are still here. Because of the county requesting the whole board to resign to take over, we believe that you guys should resign, and we are giving vote of no confidence again to Carmela and Trina, and thank you, Sandy, for agreeing to resign to take the county over. The other item on the agenda was that this board refused to reappoint another physician, and that physician is going to go to a fair hearing, and we'll give a report of that. And also, the NEC, on behalf of the other physician, agreed that if the county wants to take over the hospital and ask any of the physicians to resign, we will resign in order to save the hospital. Be as it say, now I'll go back to the point that I wanted to make. Last time, Carmela, you've been running this board as a non-fair and very biased president. The last time a public person interrupted Sandy Hudson multiple times and me, and you just sat there and laughed. Whereas before, you kicked me out for doing exactly the same, interrupting Rosie. And that is the way you have run this place, nepotism. And please start doing things right.
Okay, any more public comment? Okay, seeing none. Then now we're going to go to the approval, approval of the agenda.
Madam President, again, this is Lena Wade, if I may be recognized.
Yes.
It is my recommendation after discussions with both the city and the county that the Board of Directors only consider the emergency or the late add-on regarding the county. All the rest of the agenda and our recommendation should be adjourned to Friday, the 16th of January at 5 o'clock. We believe it will be in this location. However, it has not yet been confirmed. So at a place to be determined and as posted in the notice of adjournment. So again, we are seeking a motion to simply move forward with the late add-on regarding the county and to adjourn all other matters on this agenda to Friday, January 16th at 5 p.m.
Anybody have a motion?
I make a motion that we adjourn to Friday, the 16th at approximately 5 o'clock. And if there's any changes in that, they'll be noticed.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Also a question?
Thank you. Director Sarton?
Aye.
Director Burns absent. Director Hudson?
Aye.
President Garnica?
Aye.
Ms. Wade,
Yes.
we'll be discussing any additional information regarding the item for the county. I will, and I do want to announce that I will be posting all the information on the website by tonight. Do you have anything in addition to add?
Okay. So thank you. What I will do at this time is I will read the statement from 4th District Supervisor V. Manuel Perez and the County Executive Officer Jeff Van Wagenen, dated January 14, 2026. Since September 2025, Supervisor V. Manuel Perez, his colleagues on the Board of Supervisors, and several departments from the County of Riverside have actively collaborated with your team at Palo Verde Hospital to ensure the health safety net for the community is functioning and available to provide emergency medical care when needed. This collaboration has included several other entities, including the City of Blythe, the Governor's Office, the California Department of Public Health, the California Department of Healthcare Services, American Medical Response, the Desert Healthcare District, Desert Care Network, Eisenhower Health, Inland Empire Health Plan, La Paz Regional Hospital, and others. During this time frame, the various stakeholders have provided financial and operational support to keep the hospital's doors open, while noting significant governance, legal, and fiscal challenges facing the Palo Verde Healthcare District, including the district's pending Chapter 9 bankruptcy and pending dissolution consideration by LAFCO. Last week, these challenges became more dire when DHCS did not allow the district's voluntary rate range intergovernmental transfer, which resulted in a potential loss of $9.9 million in revenue for the hospital. The county understands that the city provided a bridge loan of $330,000 to cover the hospital's operating expenses for 1 week, contingent upon the district contracting with the county or county-approved management team to assume the day-to-day management and operation of the hospital. With full consideration for the gravity of the situation facing the community, who are on the precipice of not having a functional hospital emergency department within 70 to 100 miles, the county is offering a solution for the immediate and near term to ensure residents have access to emergency medical services. For your consideration, the county proposes to assemble a stakeholder, quote-unquote, strike force, led by the county to independently stabilize and manage only the hospital's emergency department for approximately 6 months, assess current conditions, and make recommendations for next steps. This could begin as soon as feasible. In the meantime, the county realizes the dire financial distress of the hospital, which worsens by the day, with a threat of imminent closure. To avoid this detrimental impact to the community, the county also proposes to provide a loan of approximately $1 million to the hospital's emergency department until such time as the district agrees to the proposal related to the county-led independent strike force. Regardless of any potential county involvement, the county is not accepting liability for the district, the hospital, nor the debt. Those matters must still proceed through the legal process. Thank you for your consideration. We look forward to hearing from you and hopefully working out the details. So that is the statement. Now, President Garnica, it's back to the board for comment and then to the public for comment, and then you can take action and I will help you formulate the motion.
Okay, thank you. So is there any board comment regarding the assistance from the county?
I'd like to thank them for the assistance. I'm a little bit disappointed to hear it's just a 6-month run to start with, but that's something that can be negotiated, I'm sure. We have to have the hospital. It's not an option. I think we all have to come together and recognize that it's not anything that does not affect all of us. So I thank the county. I thank the city for their hard work. I know that Mallory and Johnny and Joey have put a tremendous amount of time into this. And I'd like to thank you personally.
Ms. Sargent, is there any board comment you have?
Yes, I'd like to also thank all the city officials that worked hard to assist the hospital in the financial distress, in addition to the county for all their hard work and support that they're giving the community and the hospital.
I also have a comment, and I want to thank everybody for taking the hospital into consideration. I was really looking forward to seeing a lot of people wanting to fill the vacancies that are empty, but it looks like we're still struggling. So with all the momentum that our little community has, you would think that we would be looking at 15, 18 applications. It doesn't look that way. But nonetheless, I always believe that everybody here has a mission. So when you're born, you always work towards that mission. And you always wonder, what is my mission in life? So every time God puts forth a challenge to us, that's still part of the mission. There's other people in other countries where kids are getting bombed, kids are getting killed in hospitals, wars are going on. So it makes you think. This challenge that we have of keeping our hospital is nothing what other people are going through. So what is our mission? So one of them is keeping our hospital open. And we all strive, we all fight together to keep it open, whether it's in one way or whether it's in another way, regardless. But the energy that we put forth, we actually have to think and not waste our energy and not waste our time on little stuff. We need to think for the future. We need to have a vision. How long do we want to keep going? Not just for this month, next month, this year, next year. We have to come to together to find a mechanism that is going to work for this hospital, like the way we can keep the city going, the way we keep the school district going, the way we keep the college going. There needs to be a funding mechanism that we can all be involved with and make this hospital work. Like I said before, we cannot continue doing this every 20 years. We need to find a way to do this. And, and I thank God that the county has put forth that funding, that money. And I know it took a lot of work because just from Friday to today, we've been awake like 24 hours for the last 4 or 5 days, trying to make sure that this hospital stays open. And I feel like I still have any challenge that I have is because there is a mission. And my mission is not over yet. All of us have a mission. We find new things that we have to do because it comes from the heart. So there's things we have to do in life that help other people. All my life I was raised in a family to where that's all we do. We help others. So we've been at it, always working with other people, always working with people in need. We worked with homeless. We provided jobs for like 300 youth. First time, low income youth. We've done a lot. And because that is the mission that we have when we're born. There is a mission we have. And any challenge we have, this is not a big challenge, but we have to put forth our energy that goes in a positive manner because this is our community. This is our tax dollar. So when the city gave us our tax dollar, I'm glad and I'm grateful that they knew how to funnel it to us too, because remember, if I have 70 relatives in town, so that means we all pay taxes. So there's a lot of, all of us have paid taxes. So this is all of our money going to good use, and I'm very grateful for Mr. Buchanan for taking the lead in that. He brought it up over and over that how we had to come together to do something. And I'm very appreciative of that because he's a long-term person here in Blythe and knows how our little town works and knows that there's not a challenge that we can't conquer. So we are born with a mission to keep our hospital open, and we all will work together because that is the only way we're going to get it. Being divided is not going to get us anywhere other than time. It's going to waste a lot of time. So all I can say is, like the way I'm sitting here with Ms. Hudson, and we're working together because for the betterment of this hospital, I think the community needs to come together and work for the betterment of the community, just like her and I are doing it here, because that's the way it works. And I appreciate everybody here. And just remember that we will all of us will always use this hospital at one time or another. And that's kind of like what I had spoken in the Spanish radio. I can't hear you. A lot of people said they wanted to hear it in English, but you know, I'm bilingual. But when you talk with passion, those of us who talk with passion, we all know that it's hard to turn that brain off. When you're bilingual, turn off the brain and go into English. Oh, it's like a stop because you got to rethink all your terms again, and you got to say it with the same energy that you said in the Spanish. So I couldn't do that, and I really did want to, but I couldn't do that. So all I say today is I'm very thankful and I'm very grateful for everybody who puts forth that energy and to make sure that this hospital stays open. And we only got to do it. We can be very successful if we do things together, and we need to work together. And that's all I can say is I thank the good Lord up there, and I thank all the community churches who were praying for us. And because prayer works, all that energy, the spiritual prayer, it works. We have the city with the money. We have the county that in collaboration with everybody that worked together up and down the state of California. And thank God. And I thank you guys. Thank you very much. That's all my statement.
I'd like to add one thing, if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
If this community wants to have a hospital, here's my piece of advice for what it's worth. You have to use it. Just like Albertsons won't stay open if you don't use it. If you don't use Palo Verde Hospital, you won't have it. And that's just a fact. So if you have the opportunity, if you have the occasion, go there for blood work. Do what you need to do to help the place survive. You're helping yourself when you do. Thank you.
So is there any public comment on this money from the county?
You've again been served and it's time to recall.
I have a few questions. It took us 300,000 plus to keep us open for a week. So we're getting $1 million. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Glenna Peoples. I'm 300 North Palm and also 17920 Green Street. Sorry, folks. It took $300,000 to keep us open for a week. We're getting a $1 million lump. How is that $1 million going to last us 6 months? And is the county committed to us having just emergency services? For instance, just flying us out with Mercy Air? Or are they committed for us having an ER? Just some questions about that. And if they are not committed to keeping the hospital open, but just ensuring that we have emergency services, in other words, transportation out of town, do we have a plan B?
Any more public comment?
Good evening, Madam Chair, board, staff, and our community. Leslie Jessup Watkins. I want to thank you for holding this meeting this evening. Obviously, we have a debt of gratitude from this community to both the city and the county, and every individual's hard work toward resolving the issues that we have here. I have a couple questions for Ms. Wade. Are we going to, and the clerk has indicated she will post the documents. Is it just going to be the narrative that we received tonight, or is it the full, when she posts it, is it the full intent with regard to the loan, including the terms and all of that?
So the statement I read you is all we have. The county does not want to move forward until they get some initial reaction from the board, whether or not they're interested. So we're going to start working on the terms of the loan and a proposal for operating the emergency department moving forward. My thought is that with the adjournment on Friday, hopefully we'll have something to share, something further to share with you on Friday. And if that's the case, we will just re-agendize this as a special meeting on Friday, and we'll get that out. So the statement that I read is all we have. They've been working, the counties, we've all been working very hard all together. County's been working separately behind the scenes, trying to come up with bullet points for a plan moving forward. But this is all we have right now. So this is the only public document, and it's yours. We'll share it with you.
Thank you. The second question I have is that at the prior meeting, why we are to close on Friday at 11:59 p.m. So will that be another agenda item? Will those be mainly the only two agenda items on Friday? Is some additional information with regard to the county funding and an extension of the closure date, or what is the plan on that? I know this is very new, but I think that we owe it to every single person in this community and everyone that's online, all of our stakeholders, and certainly the employees of the hospital to know that this evening. They've been sick this week, not knowing what is going to happen. So if there can be some kind of assurance tonight that that will be an agenda item for Friday, why I think that would be beneficial.
Well, yes, we will move to put that on. But again, we don't have the $1 million yet. So we can't, provide any assurances at this point. We're going to get direction from the board, I hope, this afternoon, and then we'll move forward with the county. The $1 million is to allow for additional weeks of operations, right? Moving forward, keeping the doors open while we come up with this plan. And everyone, the county, whoever's involved and needs to take action on their side, and the district approves that plan. So $1 million is not to sustain the hospital long term. That's not the thought. There's other things probably in motion, and hopefully we'll have more information to share with you in the upcoming days and weeks.
Thank you very much, and thank you again.
You're welcome.
Any more public comment?
Yes, Sandy told me to go easy. And now, Carmela, you mentioned that you want the people to be together to save this hospital. I just remind you that we were together. For the last 5-6 years, you guys got everything you wanted from the medical staff. Not one item we objected. Not one item we resisted on what you wanted, whether or not we like it. I just mentioned that you guys refused to appoint a physician who has been a physician in this hospital for the last 20 years. You rejected that. That's not coming together. That's rogue or doing whatever they can do without thinking. That's going to cost this county, this hospital, thousands of dollars on attorney's fee to defend it. So that's not coming together. That's talk the talk, but it's not walk the walk, okay? Now, on the biggest problem you have is lack of transparency, okay? You guys have no transparency, okay? I was in the bankruptcy court when your attorney, again, the attorneys lie in court because they have no obligation not to lie. They don't get charged if they lie. The same with your attorney, Lena. He said that this hospital is breaking even. He said, Judge, we're doing fine. This hospital is breaking even. If it's breaking even, why do you need $1 million? Now, you also ask people to file the Form 700 in order to appoint a person to this board. But you expect this community to have 16, 17, 18 people to apply. But the only person in that 16, 17 you will consider is your own employee, Sammy Joe. You would not consider anybody else, just like you did last time. Last year, in December, not this past December, the one before, you appointed Sammy Joe, nobody else. You didn't consider anybody else. So please, talk is cheap. You talk, but you don't take a fair action. We warned you. We told you 4 years ago, 3 years ago, we told you paying $8,000 a day to a physician is too much. Get other ER doctors that they get paid $4,000, but you didn't listen. And I told you guys specifically, you guys say it's worth every penny of it. I said, yeah, but you're going to go broke, then you don't have that penny. You didn't listen. You kept going, now we are in that hole. You keep saying come together, vision for future that, we want to get together. No, you always want to run the hospital the way you want it, regardless of what we think. When you say we found a way to keep PVH open through this 20-year cycle, county has a great way to keep this hospital from going to this 20-year cycle. They want you, they want Trina, they want Sandy to resign so they can take over the hospital. Give it to them. Please resign.
Okay, is there any more public comment? Okay, seeing none?
Madam President, may I make an announcement?
Yes.
Mercy Air intended to be here in person to make a public comment. However, something came up last minute. They informed me that they would try to make it on Teams today. Is it okay if we see if they're on Teams so they can make a public comment? They had an announcement for the community.
Okay, yes. So,
Scott, William, are you on with us today? It appears they're not on. However, they had an announcement. I know they made an announcement at the city council meeting, and I see that there are still flyers in the back of the room. And I will go ahead and inform them that they can make an announcement at the next meeting. Thank you for allowing me time.
So, Madam President, if I may be recognized.
yes, please.
Okay. So before you, we are seeking a motion to approve the $1 million loan from the county, allowing the district senior staff, legal counsel, and consultants to negotiate the terms and to allow the president to sign. Secondly, to authorize senior staff, your legal team and consultants to work with the county, the city, and other stakeholders regarding a management plan for the emergency department. Joanna, did I freeze? You're frozen on my screen.
No, you didn't.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, can we have a motion to accept from the county? Or maybe more?
The motion as stated by Ms. Wade.
As stated by Ms. Wade.
I'll second.
I'm sorry, who moved it?
Who first?
Okay, I'll make the motion, second time, that we accept $1 million loan from the county, authorize Lena Wade with open transparency to negotiate in good faith for this community on this endeavor.
Second?
Hold on. And the second part was to authorize your senior staff, legal team, and consultants to work with the county and the city and other stakeholders regarding a management plan for the emergency department. So that's the second part of it. There's two parts. Okay?
Make a motion that we work with the senior stakeholders and everyone involved in order to work out a workable plan for doing the emergency room. To get open for at least the next 6 months.
Ms. Sargent, you got a second?
Yes, I'll second.
Call for the question?
Thank you. Director Sargent?
Aye.
Thank you. Director Hudson?
Aye.
President Garnica?
Aye.
Thank you. Director Brooks is absent.
Okay, this meeting is adjourned until 5